Hey everybody, it's Sean at Fireland Chevy doing a quick tutorial on the climate controls in the vehicles that we sell with the newer Google built-in systems. I am currently in a 2025 Chevrolet Traverse and get a lot of questions about how do I change maybe the vent direction or how can I more efficiently heat or cool the vehicle. So we're going to start off with the basics. A lot of you may actually have set up very similar to this right now. So we're sitting in fairly cool Traverse right now. Just started it. It's 50 degrees outside. And the temperatures on both sides are set at 70 degrees. You've got hard button controls along the bottom by the temperature controls. So your driver and passenger temperature knobs are right here. On off for the climate control system, automatic, which I'll get into momentarily, your fan up and down, and then defrost front and defrost rear. First suggestion I would typically make to somebody is just make sure that the auto system is on. Automatic climate controls have gotten very good, especially in the last 8 to 10 years, and have sensors that check for the temperatures throughout the vehicle. So if you have a temperature set, and you'll notice here as I turn up the temperature, the fan picks up. You can probably hear it now. And as I turn it down, the fan will go away. The fan speed becomes automatic when you set the auto button, as well as your vent position. So you'll also see right here, that button right next to the fans on the screen is your vent position. So you can tap it and you can tell it where you want the vents to go. So defrost vent is up here. This is your face vents, which would be like the mid-level vent on the dash or the outboard vents. You also have your foot level vents. And this is for the front AC in this Traverse. But you kind of get the picture. So in addition to those heart buttons, permanently attached to the bottom of the screen, you will have temperature controls. So you can up or down, just like turning the knob. You've got, this one has cooled seats. So you have cooled seats as well as heated seats. AC, pretty self-explanatory, right? Turns on the air conditioning. Recirculate, which closes off the exterior vents to the vehicle. That will cause the windows to fog up this time of year. When you've got a lot of moisture outside, whether it's raining, snowing, cold, with the fresh air coming through, it helps refresh the air inside the vehicle and lower the moisture level. But there is a sidebar. You could turn the air conditioning on or put it in defrost mode. And that would help keep that down. Fan speed control, right now it's on auto, but you can turn it down or up by manually tapping. You've got your vent control that we just went over. Sync, which we'll just show you an example. I just turned the passenger side temperature up to 75. If I hit the sync button, it syncs the passenger side control back to 70, the same as the driver's side is currently set at, and then your passenger power seats. There is a climate app on the screen. It might be on the first or second page, depending on how your vehicle is set up. And it'll give you a display something like this. On the left-hand side, you have front seat, rear seat, and settings. So you can go to settings and you can see things like you can tell it what the maximum speed that you would want the auto fan speed to go to, for instance. Cooled and ventilated seats on startup, heated seats on startup, auto rear defrost, which I'm going to turn on this vehicle. There are moisture sensors inside the vehicle, and if the auto defrost is needed, this will allow the system to automatically activate the defrosters. Auto fan speed on low is a little bit, can be a little bit confusing because it'll actually use any of the first 3 speeds on the fan control. If you go to medium, it'll use the middle 3 speeds, and if you go to high, it'll use the high 3 speeds. So just to kind of break that down, it won't necessarily be the slowest speed, but it'll use one of the slowest 3 depending on how cool or how hot the differential is on the interior. Now when you're on the front controls, basically it just gives you a large screen version of the controls that we just saw. So you've got your defrost, you've got your mid-level vents, and you've got your feet. You can see right now that I have all those turned on. Let's just say I didn't want the mid-level vents here in the dash to turn on. I could just turn that off manually. You'll see the auto light goes off. Tap the auto light and it'll show auto. It won't show any of them lit, but it is moving them around. And for instance, right now I do have cool air blowing out of the mid-level vents. Again, you've got your temperature controls. If we want to help the rear seat passengers, we can tap the rear control button. And again, you've got on and off, auto, which it's set at, a lock. This locks out the rear seat controls at the back of the console. and sync, which syncs it up with the front seats, just like the left and right side do. Hopefully this helps. Again, the auto button is your friend. If all else fails, hit the auto button, make sure the light is lit, adjust your temperature accordingly, and it will maneuver the vents around and do everything it can to get you that temperature, just like a thermostat at home would. Hope you're having a great day. Again, hope this helps, and watch for our next video.